Stay in school or don't. I didn't. I feel like that's a better option, but stay in school.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Basement Sessions. We have arguably the biggest guest we've had so far. I'll let you give yourself an introduction.
What's good, y'all? GameboyJones here. I make music on inspired by anime or pop culture and stuff like that. I don't know, just like making fun music, fun vibes, shit like that.
So we'll start off with our past work. The first song we did Wasn't Born Special, which we shot down here. It was like a drop the mic without a drop the mic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say that was a good experience. And then after that, it was you and the two other guys for Anime Antagonist.
Oh yeah, I forgot. I almost said Running Away from Death. No, it was Anime Antagonist first.
Right, and then we shot that at that little building that you found right here in Kent.
They got knocked down like the next day.
And they knocked it down the day after we shot there.
Yeah.
So if we wouldn't have shot that day, it just would have never been possible.
Wouldn't have worked. I was like, hey, I passed the place.
Right.
It looks kind of cool. We should do that. It was that. It was like the garage that had like all the overgrowth at it.
Right.
And then it was like under the bridge.
Right.
Near downtown, which is cool.
Yeah, this guy tried to initially kick us out of the spot that he found, and he goes walking over there. So me and his buddies are just like, it sucks getting kicked out of places. And here comes him walking back.
I'm like, we're good.
Right, we're good. We can film. We're like, what?
I'm a talker.
Right, so we made that one happen. And then Humanoid Typhoon, which we shot at that barber shop and
the hotel, the motel.
Oh yeah,
where we found out homeless people were at.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because I remember I seen that silhouette and I was like, oh, I'm bugging. It's just a like a dank place or whatever. And then the guys were like, nah, there's people in here, and I'm like, oh. Yeah, no, let's get the fuck out of here. Right. Let's go. We gotta leave.
And then, we shot that in that field in Kent, too.
Yes.
On Kent State.
Which was dope. Yeah. I want to say where they knocked down all of the apartment complex. I can't remember what they're called right now.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. Something like that.
And then after that, we did Running Away from Death, which was, again, with two other artists.
That was McGuire and Wolf Boy.
Yeah.
Yep, that was fun. I
liked filming with them. They were cool.
Yeah, they drove from Virginia and stuff. So
it
was only like
a long drive too.
Mm-hmm, it was only a 7-hour drive for them. As in where Anime Antagonist was Dizzy and Mix. Mix. Oh, shout out to him. I just went to his wedding like a month ago. He lives in Jersey, and Dizzy flew in from Texas and stuff for that one. So had a lot of people come in and out for that.
Yeah, that was fun, and then we ended up shooting a drop the mic for them as well.
We did, yeah.
So before they went home.
Good times.
And that turned out good. And he did his own. McGuire did his own edit on his own channel.
Yes, he did.
So there's 2 separate videos. So
yeah.
So that's always fun.
I want to say he's been a video editor. I think just as long as he's been a musician. Actually, no, longer than he's been a musician.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Multi-talented.
Mm-hmm. I mean, whenever you do YouTube, you gotta...
Oh, yeah. For sure. For sure.
You gotta do that.
And then the next 2, I only shot with you, and the other artist sent us footage.
It was Contrast for one of them.
See Right Through Me with...
Ben Schuler. Yeah. It was that one and Ben.
And then, Patient.
Okay.
Both of those turned out... For not having shot the full video, I mean, a lot of people don't even notice.
Yeah, no, I'm about to say, it was pretty good. I mean, like Ben, if anything, I need to show you Ben's last video. His last video is kind of crazy.
I like his voice, man. He's...
No. Ben is a pop star, for sure,
is he?
Sure. Yeah, no. Like, after we're done with this, I gotta show you his, because he just did like a 3-part video series, and it's phenomenal. So, like, he knows how to shoot music videos. And then, I mean, like, Contrast didn't do bad for, like, I was like, hey, you gotta send me that cell phone footage. And We were able to splice it in and make it work out. So yeah.
Ben, does he have a YouTube channel?
Yes.
I'll have to go subscribe to him after this.
Yeah. You'll like what he has. I'm gonna say because you appreciate a lot of videography and stuff like that. He pays a pretty penny for what he does, and like makes a lot of sets. So you'll like it.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely check that out. So let's take it back to the very beginning. Where are you from?
Kent, Ohio, right here. I'm gonna say I used to live in Indian Valley. That's where I grew up at.
Okay.
And then left there, and I was like 8, and then I started to live around like the Loncoy area and stuff, with car dealerships and stuff like that. But that's where I grew up for my whole life, was those 2 areas.
Right. Kent's a nice city. I love it here.
I love it. Yeah, absolutely. And I live in the Falls now. But like if I found the same house in Kent, I definitely would have lived there.
Your house is beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't move either if I were you.
Right. I was like, it's gonna be kind of hard at this point.
Right. Yeah, for sure. What was it like growing up?
Cool. I feel like I had a very 90s kid, like growing up thing, hey, rode bikes around the neighborhood. We played Super Nintendo and N64. Like, I still remember, like, all of the bikes out in front of someone's lawn and stuff. That's how you knew where people were. You could walk up, hey, is blah, blah, blah. Right. Oh, yeah, they're all in here. Come in. There was that, and then when I moved, still kind of the same thing. I had my friend Fargo, like he would literally like it's kind of like a door open type thing. He would just walk in whenever and stuff like that. Still played games and stuff like that. So like it was my upbringing was kind of dope. Right. I didn't really worry about like much as far as like home life is concerned.
The 90s were a different time, man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm definitely happy I got to take part, that's for sure.
Right. I've always told people because I'm born in 93, I like having that whole era because I feel like it's the best of both worlds of being outside and like having that and also watching tech come up at the same time as where like I didn't just be born with tech in my face and like that's the norm.
Yeah, technology has come so far.
Right.
I mean, Elon Musk is landing rockets now.
Oh, Jesus Christ, Elon Musk.
Oh, jeez, technology.
So yeah, no, I like the era that I was born in. I'll say, like, I mean, like, obviously, dealt with like anything, like like bullying and yada yada yada, like that. But like, that's all stuff that grand scheme, it's whatever.
Everybody gets bullied for something.
Yeah.
So what age were you exposed to the anime music like scene?
So the funny thing is, so technically, there wasn't I would say like, I can't say there wasn't a scene, but like, there wasn't anything as like substantial. Like if anything, it probably would feel more like a local club if there was like scenes for it. Nothing hit the heights until we started doing what we did. Like I seen people. There's an artist named 6 Seconds. He made a few like tracks, like it was like, oh, the best Dragon Ball Z rap, the best Naruto rap, the best whatever rap. Like, and he did that, and those popped off early on the internet. And another artist named like Eddie Rath. But like, it seemed like it was just people who did things every so often. It wasn't like, hey, all these people work together and they like do a thing. So it was like, hey, it's almost like how like every Halloween someone makes like, hey, here goes a Jason rap, here goes a Freddy rap. Like that's kind of how it felt. It felt like very one-off-ish. And then until, I want to say like 5 years ago now, maybe 4. I don't know. Like my one friend Rustage, he blew up with his one anime rap, and prior to that, I remember just like learning stuff about SEO, which is search engine optimization.
I've been looking into that because I heard you saying it a bunch of times one day.
Hey, you can get a lot off that, and like learning that, I learned I'm doing music about comic books, video games, and anime. My one friend Cam Steady was like, hey, you should really choose one and stick with it. And then I was like, all right, fine, I'm gonna do anime because anime is the one I'm the most passionate about out of the 3. and then I just stuck with that, and kind of went well. Some other people from the gaming side, like gaming was at like an all time low as far as like releases. So like all of the people who did gaming content were like, I don't know what to do. So some of
Right.
them kind of moved over to anime, and like it was, like Rona happened, so people stayed inside, started binging like animes and stuff like that, and it became this slow roll of us having the anime rap community that we have today
Right.
and stuff. Even though like a lot of us still like I made 4 raps back to back to back of Spider Man. It was Miles, Gwen, Spider Man 2099, and why am I blanking? I'm blanking on one. Why am I blanking? Oh, Spider Punk, duh. So yeah, so like we still weave in and out, but like my main focus is definitely anime.
I saw when you were posting trying to get a song for Spider-Man, I was like, man, I really hope that happens for him because that would be huge.
My one for Dizzy, anime protagonist. He actually posted one of those on Instagram. Hit like million views in like 4 days. The voice actor hit him up and stuff for Miles
Really?
and stuff like that. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes because he made a song for 2099. So hey, I'm rooting for the dude.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So I mean, it just shows like hey, man, there's a market of trying to do
Right,
stuff for
yeah, you
this.
gotta reach out and try new stuff for
Mm-hmm.
sure. That's crazy to think about.
Yeah, right. I mean, shoot. Even I had I made my song for like Miles, and Metro Boomin liked and commented on mine, so that was cool and stuff. So again, like people notice.
Right.
So I like it's always a okay. I know that people up top like and notice. It's just like a you gonna give us a chance? Like what's
Right.
up? Come on,
Right.
man.
We here. So what made you want to become an artist, like doing this kind of thing?
What made me? Maybe peer pressure. um, I always said so. Growing up, I've always said I was never going to become a rapper. I'm gonna say that didn't age well. Uh, um, yeah, I said I never wanted to become a rapper, and then I remember one day my friends were just like freestyling, doing stuff, and like I jumped in. I could freestyle very well. I could freestyle very well. I can't do it to save my life anymore. Like ever since I learned how to like to write and do stuff like that, I've lost that like ability. I just always did it for fun. And I was just really good at it. And I had friends like, hey, you should record. You should make songs. You should make songs. No, 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 no. And then eventually, like, I lived attached to my cousin who did make music. And then he'd always like, you should record, you should record, you should record. And I'm like, fine. So then eventually I started doing that. And then one of the first things I ever recorded was for Team Backpack, which was like a big internet cipher thing a couple years back. And it gave me an opportunity to go to LA to audition to be on one of their ciphers because, like, you had to do one online. Then they had to pick people,
Right.
bring them there, yada, yada, yada. And the fact that I had only been rapping for 3 months at that point, by the time I made it there, like a lot of people were like, "Oh, you're just kind of good at this, and you should probably try doing it." And because so they tried to push for a round two because they were like, "We have so many good people here. We're trying." Like the judges were like, "We're trying to really push for a round two," but the owner kind of didn't go for it. He's like, "Look, just time. We can't do it." But they pretty much were like, "Hey, you're on standby for round two." So the fact that it was me versus like 300 other people, and then I was like in like a 40 tentative
Right.
of like hey, like wait by like just wait and see. I was like, okay, let's go ahead and see what kind of happens with this thing. But it's funny because after the Team Backpack, I waited like 2 years before I released anything ever again because I was like, okay, so yes, I'm good, but I'm kind of only good live. I was like, let me try to figure out, musical identity and get all these really, really, really bad bars out of the way before I start like doing things.
Right.
And yeah, and then it's all became a slow roll to where we're at now. So it's been a fun time. But I think what's kind of like helped out was meeting the people along the way that I have. I'm gonna say because I have a lot of people
Yeah,
that
connections are
hmm
They're nice.
There's that, and then also like we're just a lot of friends. I feel like we're in. I feel like we have to have the best music scene ever. It's so non volatile because there's so
Right.
many people who they step all over each other to get where they want to be and stuff like that. Like they don't have like true friends. It's always about what they can do. But like everybody I've worked with, uh, majority of people that I've worked with, like 99%, all just great people. We meet up. I still hang out with these people, like regardless of like whatever. Again, I just went to the homie's wedding
Right. Right.
and stuff like that. So like the fact that like that's just a thing, and there's so many of us, and like no one's really gatekeeperish. Like people ask me for advice and stuff. Like I'll tell them like the fact that I've literally gone to people's YouTube channels and I go, oh, your description and all this stuff is trash, and I'll change it for them. I'll show them the tags they should use and stuff, and they're like, oh, that's how it works. I'm like, yeah, and I'll tell them the correlation and stuff like that. But a lot of people, like especially it's like YouTube or like music scenes in general, won't do that for people. But a lot
Right.
of us will be like, no, you're dumb. You're doing this wrong. Here,
Right.
we'll show you how to do it right. And then from then on out, it's up to you on if you want to continue
Right. Right.
to keep doing stuff. So, eh.
Right. So what is your favorite song that you've made?
That's a terrible question. Because I have so many that are just like fun. I could say from this year, my favorite song I've made is probably Euphoria, which is a Deku song. I'd say from this year, it's either that or
That's with CG5, isn't it?
yes,
Okay.
that one was with
I've listened to that
CG5.
song so many times since it's come out.
It's
So
such a
catchy.
fun song. I think it's like one song where like I could show like a lot of like vocal range. Also, I think it's like one of my more favorite choruses
Right.
that I've made and stuff. Like between that or Hurt Before, I'd say, because I haven't like rapped that much this year. Even though I will say my last track for Toji was kind of cool because I was like it felt good to like rap again because like I remember because like I haven't like really watched reactions because I've just been so busy. But like I was like for Toji, I was like, all right, let me go ahead and like watch these again. So it was cool to watch people go like, damn, I forgot GameboyJones could rap, and I was like, yeah.
Yeah, your comment sections are literally 100%. Okay, maybe 99.9% positive. Like I've not and I scroll through cuz I like to see if people are commenting on the video. 'Cause,
Hmm.
I worked on the video. And yeah, there's no hatred ever.
It's
Ever.
so yeah, no, and it's so crazy because like we we come from like a spot where like I feel like our community is like pretty like I feel like everyone's kind of found their pockets in our community.
Right.
Now, granted, would we love to grow outside of that community and then find like more people, even though there'd be more like polarizing opinions. There are some times where like I'll get people. I think more people who I find for the music video side are way more invested in me, so they already know what they're getting into.
Right.
As in where like there's somebody who was like I don't know, like someone said for my last song, they're like, "Oh, I don't like your like hook," and I was like, "Oh, it's a saucy hook," and I was like, sometimes I'm like, "Oh, you're probably just a dweeb," and I was like, "Sauce ain't your style," and that's just, but like that's how that works though. They like there's some people who just like, uh, like, hey, because like I kind of come in and like I feel like I play like middle ground when it comes to that, like I'm having more I don't know, like a swagger inside of some of my music than some other people because, like, like you can hit like the more campier side of like anime music, or you can just be like, hey, I'm gonna make music that kind of sounds just like I guess quote unquote like normal, if that's
Right.
if that's what you want to say for it. And like sometimes like whenever you kind of jump over to this side, and you're like, no, I'm gonna be like making a rap song, but like no, I sound like a like I'm just swaggering out. There's people like I don't know if that's and I'm like, hey man, that's fine, man. It's just too much sauce for you. Like
Right.
I get it, man. But like we like to do is like I love all of the verses though, and I was like, hey, I was like, well, go ahead and keep listening to them and let that hook sink into you. You could
Right.
probably like it on the fifth listen, my guy.
Right. For
So
sure.
yeah, you got to get into it sometimes.
If you could have any collab ever, who would it be?
IDK, easy. IDK. He is. I actually just seen him 2 weeks ago in concert. Dope artist. He's one of the big reasons why I don't limit myself as an artist, because the thing is, from album to album to album to album, he kind of always switches his style, like him and like Denzel Curry. I'd say like those like two, but like from each project they kind of switch stylistically a lot, and I like admire that, the fact that they can do that. Right. So it's kind of been like a thing
a lot
where
of people can't. I mean, look at DaBaby. He is a prime example.
God, yes. But like
he tries to do something other than what he doesn't normally do, and it sounds terrible. And then he goes back to that same flow that he always, and it does good.
Well, see, so like this is more so why I think I'm less scared. Oh, also third, I forgot Tyler the Creator.
Oh, that would be insane.
Yes, yeah, like it's people who switch up a lot, and the thing is, switching up and being good. All right, I won't say isn't hard, but the thing is, it's hard to keep a crowd while you do that. So again, going back to my comment section, I went back through my comments for this Doflamingo track that I just dropped, and there's a comment who goes, "Oh my God, finally, no more pop music. Go back to rapping." And that's a funny thing, because like I was like, I'm gonna try to stay consistent with one style this year, but that's funny because like when I would go style to style to style, I get those comments a lot. They'd be like, "Oh, you're singing this week? All right, I'll come back next week whenever you're rapping." Like you're doing saucy rapping. Nah, I want to see you whenever you're barring out. I was like, okay, when you're barring out, no man, I like whenever you're doing like a little bit more like campy shit. Like so, like I have people like oh, I want you to do the aggressive yelling rapping that you've been doing. So I literally have all these pockets of people who go, I like you doing this thing. So that's why, to use an example, NF is hopefully I don't get your video completely demolished by NF fans, because they are a ravenous fan base. He essentially makes the same 3 to 5 songs over and over and over and over and over again. They're just reskinned, repackaged, and he puts them out. But the thing is, he's huge. He has like, I think like last time I checked, he has like 15 million monthly listeners,
right,
and stuff like that. But that's because people, it's almost like, but I think the best way to put it, whenever you always tell people, whenever you see people and they get old and they become complacent and they just keep doing like the same thing and stuff like that, people are like that with music. So they have a thing and they like hearing it, and as long as they can keep hearing like that thing that just works for them. And that's why I think how he makes music is just so good for like marketing. I mean, because like people can keep latching onto it,
right?
Because actually, like crazy fact, because it's so crazy. Because like his fans always go, "Oh, he's such a crazy lyricist. He's such a da 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 da." NF ranks almost dead last in unique words per song. Like by that, like as in like his, like as in the variant of like word choices he uses almost doesn't switch from song to song to song to song to song, because again, he basically essentially makes the same song in the using the exact same words but switched around constantly. But it works. He's one of the biggest artists, and it works because people are creatures of habit.
Right. Well, and the average music listener can't even like comprehend that. Like,
But and the thing is, he's a very basic guy, because he's just like, hey, like I'm sad, I'm doing. People go, I can relate to that. Like boom, right there. Or I'm getting amped. I can relate to that. I can just die. Like that's it. But that's all that you really need. to like it's all about the feeling that he's like creating. So as long as he's doing that, it's fine. But and
as long as somebody's a little sad coming in to watch the video, they're gonna be hooked.
Yeah, they're great. or like I felt that way before. Like I can relate to that. For me, like like it's always like I can go from a Euphoria to an anime protagonist.
Right.
Those are two completely different fan bases of people. Like most people don't listen to both of those things. So like somebody goes, "Oh, this is what you're doing? All right, I'll see you later, bro." So yeah, it's bad for business, but it's good for my brain.
Yeah, your variety is insane. I mean, just in the couple music videos that we've made, I mean, we've done what, 4 different styles technically?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
Because you and Ben were kind of basically singing.
Just doing like
The anime
R&B.
song was more rap. What, I don't even really know
And
what we
then I wouldn't
consider
even
running away from death.
Yeah, running away from death is like. So I feel like that's actually like the one time where like using the word hyperpop really fits, because like hyperpop is like taking parts of pop and exaggerating them to like the fullest, and like so like that's why I feel like that one kind of works for that, and like doing um uh wasn't born special and stuff, because like the thing is I wouldn't put wasn't born special and humanoid typhoon
Oh, right, right. Yeah, I didn't
as
even
like,
think about that. Right.
yeah, the same thing, but they're technically both under hyperpop. But hyperpop is such a generalized category; it lets you jump in and out and do different things. But like two completely sounding songs, 100%. So that's why I liked doing hyperpop this year. It gave me wiggle room to basically be like, nope, same genre. It's same. I'm doing the same thing, but like I'm doing it different this
Right.
time. So
No, it's all,
works
you
out.
definitely know. I mean, you have 200,000 subscribers. I mean, you know how to get people's attention. And I mean, like you were talking
Charisma.
about earlier, you didn't just look and go, what is SEO? Okay, cool. You were like, what is SEO? That's important.
Very.
I need that in my tool belt, and then that has obviously done you well.
It's great because, so I know we talked about before this happens, like people like marketing campaigns and stuff like that. Uh, I didn't really want, I didn't really have anything for like marketing campaigns and stuff.
Right.
SEO is the way to get it in front of people's faces without that. So like that's
Right.
why if I go on TikTok, uh, uh, the Spider-Man movie came out. Hey, what if I made a song in the style of Spider-Man, of like the
Right.
Spider-Man movie? That's something where it's relevant topic, something that people are searching up. It will probably, if you're on TikTok and you're flicking and you're scrolling, people go, oh, you like Spider-Man shit. Oh, this is a video that's going to be recommended to
Right.
you. You have to like learn things like that to just have your songs, your content fall into people's lap,
Right.
and then hopefully they resonate with it and keep
So are your
jumping.
song titles a lot of times like an SEO, like
Hmm.
something hot search, like
Yeah, so it depends on kind of like what I'm doing sometimes. Like right now, like I did the song for Doflamingo recently, who's a One Piece character. His arc's been done, so like no one's really searching up Doflamingo right now. But the two songs prior to that were for Toji and Gojo and Ghetto. They're from Jujutsu Kaisen, which is a currently running anime right now. So the thing is, events from the show are happening. People are probably looking up the fights. People are probably looking up scenes. People are looking
right.
up stuff
And then
like
there
that.
you are.
Therefore, there's a little bit of interweaving going on there. And the thing is, like sometimes I don't just do it because like, oh, I have to hit the trending thing. Is I'm actively watching the show, so
Right.
so it's I have ideas. Also, I've read the entire manga. I kind of so like there is one song I'm gonna come out with in probably I think a month if everything times out the way that it's supposed to. There's an event that happens in the manga that's going to happen in the show, and we think it's going to happen in 4 episodes. So I was like, okay, cool. So that'll be
So you got
4
something locked and
weeks.
loaded.
Yeah. So like it's a very TikTokable social media esque moment because there's there's already been a character that's gone trending, and then what's going to happen is there's another moment that happens with him, and I was like, okay, so I know when this moment happens. So the second it happens, I
Right.
frame one,
Published.
I'm dropping that thing. It's like I was like, okay, cool, boom, done, and I think it'll do pretty well.
You'll have to send it to me when you post it so
Oh,
I can watch it.
absolutely.
That's awesome. Do you do live shows?
I do, but not often. Last one I did was July 29th on my birthday, where I turned 30 in front of 2,000 people. So it's a great way to turn 30. But for the most part, I've taken a big back seat this year. I know we actually just got one locked in for May next year. at MomoCon, but I'm not really the big. So I like churning out music more. And sometimes like live music, I, I will blow up my voice like crazy. It's so like I don't know how to pace myself with stuff like that. Because the thing is like sometimes I kind of forget. Like it's gonna be like a humble brag. It's like I kind of forget how big I am sometimes. So like whenever we set, I remember like the other year we were like, oh, we'll set up a booth. We're gonna do the show. We'll do like a meet and greet for like an hour. We'll see who shows up. We were there for 5 hours.
Packed out with people.
5
And not only
hours.
the fact of the people who do know you, there's also people who see and they're like, there's a huge line to meet this person? Well, I want to meet this person. Like, who is this person? Oh, well, I'm going to wait in this line, too.
Mm-hmm. So it was just this big steamroll of stuff. And then even like this year at NPC, which was the one concert, I was sitting there and like I was so determined to talk to everybody after the show, but like I started like this whenever I was talking. Like it was terrible. And they're like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "Look, man, I'm here for y'all. Like, forget me, man." But I had like 2 weeks I couldn't talk. I was like, it was bad.
That's
But the
crazy.
thing is, that's what I do. Like that's why when people go like, "Oh, I don't know why these artists don't do meet and greets," I'm like, "Bruh,
Well, you're passionate about your craft.
yeah." It was like because like after you do a show and then you go to talk, like that's so much vocal strain.
Right.
So it's to the point where like if someone told me, "Hey, do a show, then do another show." Like 2 days later, I'd be like, "There's literally no way. I will blow out my voice. I know I will." And they're like, "Well, just do stuff properly." And I'm like, "Bruh, I don't think you understand.
Right.
Like, I'm bad. Like, I would just talk to everybody. I will do. Like, I'm very grateful for the position I'm in. So like, I feel bad if I do. Like, I remember because again at NPC, I think I was the only one who didn't take a break with his line. Like like someone would come up. I only left my line. I was there for 6 hours. Um, I only left my line twice, and like someone would come up and be like, "Hey, I gotta pee. I'll be right back." And then I'd run, do it, and come back, and just be back to it. So, yeah, no, 6 hours of getting through an entire line of people who kept like swinging through.
Right. That's
So,
awesome.
yeah, no voice after that. It was great.
Yeah, I'm sure not.
I was
I couldn't even imagine.
done.
So I think I might possibly know who you'll say is your answer after what you said earlier. But if you could open for anybody, who would it be?
It's actually not IDK. It'd probably be Tyler.
That's who I was thinking would
Oh,
be Tyler,
really?
the creator. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. No, it'd probably be
I want to see him live so bad.
one. Best show. It's my number one show. Which is crazy because I always tell people that's my number one, and my number two is Silk Sonic. And people were like,
Did that or who that is?
"That's the Bruno Mars Anderson .Paak duo."
Oh.
Yeah, that's like what they're called when they're together.
Okay.
So I seen them in Vegas, and I seen them 3 days apart from each other, and I was like, Tyler got that. I was like Tyler, because he came up from like the floor in a old Rolls Royce, wrapping out the roof. Then like the backdrop opens up. He has like an entire house that he can interact with, like go in and out of, go up the stairs, yada yada. When he had like a feat, like he did like Who Dat Boy and his ASAP Rocky feature was up. ASAP Rocky silhouette was like running through like the windows and stuff like that, performing with him. Then at like a certain point, he has a boat in the middle of like it's a stadium show. So there's a stage in the center of the stadium. He takes a boat from that stage to the other stage in the center, performs there, boats back, and then it's like a whole pyrotechnic show back on like the main stage and stuff
That's
like that.
crazy.
Yeah, no, Tyler got that. Tyler got that. So, yeah, no, but before that, I got to watch his three openers were Tizo Touchdown, Kali Uchis, and Vince Staples. But I was just like, it just seemed like a really cool
Right.
and like the fact that like I feel like Vince Staples performed in like the center of everything. And I was like, but like that's an option because Tyler already has his stage there. So he's like, oh, fuck, I'm taking your stage, bro. I'm taking like I'm gonna be right there too. Like,
That's awesome.
so yeah, no, I would open for Tyler 1,000%. Also, I feel like he has a very open crowd.
Right.
Yeah, so I feel
Yeah,
like
he does for sure.
yeah, so I feel like everyone would be very receptive
Right.
and stuff. Cause like Tizo Touchdown was, I feel like no one knew who Tizo. This is before Tizo Touchdown even had like these Drake cosigns and stuff like that. So like very very unknown artists at this point, and the crowd was like very receptive to him. So I was like, yeah, no, I think I would do that.
That's awesome. Uh, who are your biggest influences and inspirations?
Oh jeez. Uh, Again, IDK, uh, Tyler, Denzel Curry. So those three out of the way. My first initial ones were Lupe Fiasco and Childish Gambino.
Shit, I haven't heard Lupe's name in so long.
I've seen that man like 4 to 5 times in
I remember
concert.
when, shit, what was that old song? What was like his first popular
Kick Push.
Was it like Party Goes On or something?
Oh yeah, that was the other one. It was like Show Goes On.
Show Goes On.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember when that came out. That just played everywhere.
And it went nuclear. Yeah,
Dude,
no.
everywhere.
I've shit, I just seen him in concert last year. I was like I like anytime he comes to Cleveland or something, so he's like my favorite artist of all time. I love Lupe Fiasco. He's dope. And then like I was very early Childish Gambino fan because like I think I was listening to Gambino since like my sophomore year of high school. So like it's so crazy. It's so crazy for me to be like 24 and people like Childish Gambino and Donald Glover are the same people. I'm like, bitch, I knew that when I was 15. Like,
Oh my god, that's funny.
like I've known that for like a decade now. Like this is crazy to me. So yeah, but like he was a very like his whole image back in the day was like, hey yo, like well, I mean, it was like hey, I'm the just like the nerdy dude, but like I rap very well and stuff like that. So like that definitely was like a thing that I kind of like took on a little bit. I mean, like same thing with like like Lupe and Kanye kind of created a lane of like rap called backpackers. That's what they'd call them. Like, oh, you make backpack rap, like people for the freaking
Right.
smart kids. Like that's the kind of music you make music for, and stuff like that. So I could consider myself probably a backpacker at one point whenever I was rapping and stuff. So yeah, and then it just kind of evolved from there.
Right.
Because like I don't just like I just don't like rap now. Like like I sing, I like I shout, I do a whole bunch of different styles
Right.
and stuff. So yeah.
Do you promote stuff, or do you just make it, drop it?
I'd say I promote stuff because I do TikTok and stuff. So like
Okay.
doing short form content is a form of promotion. I've never ran like campaign. That's a lot. I've I've dabbled with like things, but the thing is, I don't think I've ever put enough money in to like really see results. I'd be like, hey, let me try this $150 campaign real quick. Let me just see what this ad thing does.
Right.
And like I just kind of do that, and like I feel like that's just not even enough to even really see the results from. So I won't say I've really done anything like that. I definitely heavily rely on SEO tactics,
Right.
And that's why it's still very good that I can just keep going to be like, all right, go ahead and get me on Anime Talk, dog. Like go ahead and like, hey man, you like anime? You like music? Check this out. Here goes a song
Right.
about your favorite character, your something, and hopefully it pops off.
Are you promoting any singles right now?
I'll say Doflamingo. I'll say that's the one I just dropped this Saturday. Doflamingo, fun track. I made it specifically for performing because it was like the one track where I was like, all right, I haven't rapped for a while. I hate singing live. Singing live is terrible because like I'll probably be talking with people prior. I'll blow out, like I won't say I'll blow out my voice, but my voice will get bad enough that singing ain't the
Right.
move. Like it's just not the correct thing for me to try to do on stage.
Right.
So I'll be like, hey, I can always rap. So yeah, no, Doflamingo was like, cause like even the chorus is very like chanty. And it's like, I'm feeling like Dofi. I'm feeling like Dofi. So I can just and like, hey man, whenever I get to the I'm feeling like Dofi, y'all take over. I'm like, y'all go ahead, chant it for me real quick.
Interesting. What is the most recent project that you have released?
Well, that is that. It's that, and then prior to that was my Toji track. I want to say those are my two most recent ones. And actually, like both of them are. Damn, which is so funny. I remember I told somebody recently. I try not to do this, but I released two like chant choruses back to back. I pride myself to never like repeat. So if I have a structure of a song, I won't repeat that structure ever again inside like the next song. And it's like the first time in a while that I've done that. And I was like, so like it's still both uh, chanty type esque choruses. I think the only difference between these two um uh, I have a feature for the Toji track. And also the middle chorus is only like the back end of it because I wanted to make it very like quick going into my verse. So like the structure is slightly different, but yeah. But both rapping tracks. I will say I think I rap my ass off a little bit more on Toji though.
What impact do you want to make with your music?
I don't know, just have fun. I was like, just people who like anime, really really want music for stuff like that. That's I mean like people like anime openings, yada yada. I think like there's nerd geeky people who just want music,
Right.
like for them to like also like it's so crazy to me that because there's always people who like do the whole like I don't like rap thing like that. And I'm like no, you do like rap. Like what I do is still rap. Like don't say that. It's just the fact that I have something that you resonate with more. Okay, like because there's plenty of people. I could find you someone who sounds like an NBA young boy who makes anime rap.
Right.
Like I can do that. But the thing is like yeah no you can resonate with anime more than you can the streets, which makes sense. You're a suburban white boy. You're not supposed to resonate with the streets.
Right.
Like shoot man, to be honest like most people who end up listening to that kind of stuff you basically just trying to cosplay as hood people at like a good chunk of the time. Like whenever
Right.
you're listening, you don't relate to it. Fuck, like 80% of NBA YoungBoy fans probably don't actually relate to NBA YoungBoy. They're just people who live in some suburb who are
Right.
like, yeah, streets. I'm like, shut up, go to school. Like,
Miss the bus.
right. As I'm where like all of the people who like listen to my music, I think like a good chunk of the time were like, no, I like that show, I like that thing. Like, and a lot of my music are like, it's like majority of the time it's very character specific or and then like if it's character specific sometimes it's very scene specific, so sometimes I lock in on like a very particular moment in that character's like life or something
Right.
like that, or a particular aspect, and someone goes, yeah, that is them, I can relate to that. Like, and the thing is I can still make a oh I'm sad song like that. You ever seen anime sad as fuck? Like there's so many tragic stories that happen on there. I can do that. I can still make just a angry song surrounding certain events, which isn't too far off from what like other artists do. Because I remember like someone was like, "Oh, you don't even write music about you," and I was like, "Oh, what man? You think that J. Cole's story about the two high schoolers who like smashes about
Right.
him? No, it's not. It's literally him just telling a story with a caveat through it and stuff. And like that happens constantly." And I was like, or all these like killing stories. The majority of the time, it's not them. They're like, oh, I had a homie, or I know people who know people,
Right.
or I've just been around. Like they're just telling stuff that's been around them or something like that. And like music's a catalyst through it like that. And it's like, yeah, you know what I did? I watched anime, dog.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna tell you that, okay? Like also, there's plenty of people who, shoot, I got mags, I shoot money, and that, and like, no, first of all, you don't. And the thing is, I don't either. But the thing is, if I say I'm gonna murder you and I'm Madara, but I'm rapping as Madara, that makes sense. You know that. I am rapping as a
Right.
murderer. In all contexts. This is not me, okay? I am making a song
Right.
catalyst based, okay? So everything I'm saying makes sense within this context. So I like that.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of people who don't do that. I'm like, man, you would be more scared than I would inside that situation.
Right. Where do you? Well, what I know what studio you record your music at, so I guess you can just.
Yeah, and tell people I record at home. It's
Right.
fun. I
Your
got a nice
studio
little
is
cove.
nice.
Bought a lot
Right,
of
that little
stuff.
cubby hole fits your desk so perfectly.
I do actually want to completely like get rid of the couch and stuff and make it the whole basement though.
That'd be crazy.
But we'll see. It's money. It's a lot of
Right.
it's a lot of money for me to just keep making the exact same amount of money. So
Did you always have your own studio, or did you start out making music somewhere else and then you're like, why am I paying this person to do this when I could probably just do it better myself?
I've pretty much always had my own thing. Like the only times I've ever recorded anywhere else were just like my cousin trying to get me to record. He's like, "Hey, come over here and record." And then for a while, my other friend Darian, he would bring over his stuff. I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try doing this." And the thing is, he's very hobby based when it comes to music. Like he doesn't release very. I feel like more people need to do this. But like he makes music, he doesn't release shit. He just goes in there, hums shit throughout his mic, writes stuff sometimes, does it, never releases it. He's like, yeah, no, it's for me. It's my hobby. It's what I do. And I'm like, that's awesome. Like, there's more people I feel like who need to just be like taking the music for them a little bit more
Right.
instead of be like, I have to be the biggest thing because
Right.
like
Everybody has to see this.
you're probably gonna find out that you don't like this as a job. It's kind of rough. But yeah, no, like I've never like gone to like a studio constantly or anything like that. I've always recorded at home. I think also, I feel like every artist, even if you do go to a studio, it's beneficial to have an at home setup because the thing is, I've said so much dumb shit inside my mic. Like I've sat there and like, oh, let me putz around and figure out how to like sing and stuff. Like you're on studio time. You can hurry up,
Right.
tick tick tick, let's go and stuff. So you just go, I'm gonna do what I know and just hurry up and get
That
through
panic
it.
probably ruins a lot of your thought process and shit. Like, oh my god, I only have an hour. Like, I gotta think of this much. Like,
Yeah, as in where like I'm at home, I'm like, here, let's see, no, screaming. I'm like, all right, screaming in this register works. All right, okay, this doesn't. Singing in this register works. This doesn't. Sometimes I just have idea. Like I probably just even inside my phone, I have like videos of me like humming out or like saying like stuff. But like it's good. It's good to like that's whenever I'm not home. But if I am home, I'll run downside my DAW real quick and like sing out the melody or do something like, all right, cool, that's an idea for later, and I can revisit that. So just good for experimentation, putting your ideas down whenever you just feel them and you're at home and stuff like
Right.
that. Then also fucking record at home because once you spend your $500, that's it. Like most people spend like $500 on like 2-3 songs they record
right.
at a studio.
Yeah, and you really don't even need that much to make an actual studio.
You really
I mean,
don't.
a condenser and shit, if you got a big room and you can't, like... But, I mean, you could even get away with, like, when we did an audio recording, I just made, like, a blanket wall and put my mic right up against it and had the people talk. And there was no echo. It sounded so perfect. And they're like, you would have thought you recorded that in a professional studio. And
Yeah,
I'm like, it's
you
just,
can
you
dampen.
can't do it in, like, the middle of an open room. It's just, it won't sound right. Like, you have to know what echo and shit does. Like,
What you're doing. Yeah, no, it's like it's so basic. Just got like shoot. We used to make fun of the one dude. We used to be like, he's like, all right, I'm gonna enter the booth, because he's from the UK, and
blanket.
what the booth was was literally his mic, and then you go, and then literally just do that,
Hey,
and then
it works
record with the
better
blanket.
than open air, though.
He did that, and then we had people who we've had people record inside the car because a lot of people don't think about it. Your car's sound is dampened.
Right.
Like, cause like whenever you're driving, you don't hear everything and stuff. So
Yeah,
people will
that's
go
true.
inside their car and literally set up and record inside their cars and stuff like that.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Yeah, so you can make it work.
So what other artists have you worked with, and who's your favorites?
I've worked with so many people. I've worked with
Yeah,
a dramatic amount of
I
people.
didn't even think about that before asking you that. You probably worked with close. Well, I don't even want to try to put a number on it because it's so high.
Yeah,
Probably a lot.
it's probably it could very well be 100. It could very well be 100 people. which I need to get back. I need to make more solo songs. Um, but like man, I love my homies though. I love my homies. They're fun. Also, I just keep meeting new people. I'm very social, very talkative.
Right.
I just want to keep making stuff with other people. But see, look, all right. I'll say this. Probably like one of my favorite people. All right, so in recent time, two people I've been having a great time working with, and it's not because I've even dropped a song with them. It's Daddy Fat Snaps, Jonold, and Orcadia. And it's just because when I'm making all of my songs and stuff like that, even the songs that they're making, we've just been in group chats, and we literally will give each other notes. They'll be like, oh, something, yada yada. Like, oh, I just like Jonold was like, hey, can you send me chant vocals for this thing? We're gonna try to be with this vocal, but mute them, do them real quick, send them back. How does this mix sound? We're like, all right, I think so and so needs this, so and so. Like, so we were just constantly doing that
Right.
with each other's stuff. So it's kind of cool. And like Fat Snaps, one of the best engineers that I know personally. Like he helps with like I remember my one song. I was like, can't I? My vocals aren't coming through clearly, and I was like, can you master it for me? So I had the one guy send me the mix. John would actually tapered something off to make it sound even better than Fat Snaps. Ended up like mastering it up to sounding how good it is now and stuff like that. So like I had three engineers touch like the song, like my main one, then Jonathan Fat Snaps.
Right.
But it's cool that I can be like, hey, like I hear this thing. Can y'all try to fix it so we can all kind of
Right.
bounce and work off of each other, and then
That's
vice
awesome.
versa.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Absolutely, yeah. No, you get some other ears in there instead of living inside your own echo chamber.
Right.
Because like, hey, a lot of us will be like, hey, that shit. Like, I don't like that. I don't like what you did there,
Right.
or something like that. Or shoot, even another example before we move on. Fat Snaps. He asked me to be on the chorus for. He just announced it for his Michael Myers song that he's putting out, and I would have been on it, but the plane ticket to get to him was like $900, and I was like, I'm not doing that. I was like, that's just too much.
That's crazy.
For just for like 3 days. No, I can't do that.
Did you happen to see the Michael Myers video I did?
No, I didn't.
I'll have to
You
show
have to show me that.
It's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah. But like literally, he called me. I was like, hey, I'm going to ask you to be on this thing. And literally, it was like I was over here by like Hungry Howie's picking up pizza. He said, "I'll send you the beat," and he said, "Why don't you listen to it?" And I listened to it, freestyled him of course in the car, and he's like, "Damn, this actually pretty good." I'm like, "Yeah." Man. I was like, "Yeah, man." I'm
I
fucking.
could just see him on the other end of the phone, like, dang.
Well, it's because I bother him all the time because the thing is he always has like these choruses and then goes to other people. And I'm like, when are you gonna put me on a freaking chorus, dog? You haven't had me on a song for like 2 years. He goes, well, sometimes I just hear people. I'm like, why don't you just let me try? Let me try. Just send it to me. Give like me an hour. And if it sucks, just go to the person that
Right.
like you're thinking of. And I was like, yeah, man. The fact that you literally sent this to me, I'm driving, and I made a chorus in 30 seconds that you like, yeah. I was like, stop playing with me.
Right, I
I'm
should show
good
you.
at this. But like since I ended up not coming and stuff like that, we did this really cool. And probably by the time this out, it won't matter. So, I was playing around inside the phone call with him, and like we were in like the chorus spot, and we started like labbing stuff, and then eventually I was like, oh man, I got a fire chorus idea, and I went to the Wikipedia page of Michael Myers, and I was like, in 1989, Michael Myers did da-da-da. And he goes, wait, hold on. He goes, that actually could be cool. So now the song's gonna be the beginning, literally. Like he ordered like a guy off like Fiverr who does like horror readings
Right.
and stuff, and the song intro is going to be like that. He's gonna start rapping, and then when it gets to the second chorus spot, because he just shot a music video for it, he's gonna narrate like Michael Myers has gone missing. He's somewhere else. Da, 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 and then they're gonna be at the different location, and then he's gonna start rapping again. So that's what ended up happening. But that's just a phone call where we're just dicking around.
Right.
And it's like the fact that I just goofed off and did that, and he was like, "No, that's what it is now."
That's awesome.
So yeah, it's cool.
All right. So the famous $1 million question. What would you do if somebody handed you $1 million? It was already been taxed.
Oh, already been taxed. Okay,
That's always
okay.
the kicker that everybody's like, "What? It's already taxed." Yeah, like you came out the top with $1 million cash.
Okay. What
What
would
are
I
your
do with
first
it?
moves?
Oh, I'm paying off my house. Paying off my house. Paying off my car. Paying off uh me and the wife's like debts, like off rip, and then I would be incredibly boring. Just renovate the spots of the house that I wanted real quick. Would probably be it'd be like I don't know, like 20K something like that. And then I have all these like high yield like savings accounts that I would put like probably like
All right. Camera's died. So the high yield savings account, you'd put like most of it in or a chunk of it in.
yeah I put like a good chunk of that in because like I'd say after paying off the house and all of the debts, and then all the stuff that I'd say they probably kick me around like 300,000, I'd say, and then I'd probably dump another. Hmm, I think I'd say like 500,000 um, away inside those accounts, and then I would just use the rest of the stuff to kind of like I probably put like another 100K like just sitting where like music stuff would be, and then uh, another another 100K would probably sit for like, hey, this is for like whenever I just spend like automatic payments,
Right.
stuff like that, yada yada yada, and it would just sit there and do its thing.
Right.
And I feel like I could live off it because like the house would be like $600 a month,
Right.
like whatever. So that would sit there and be fine for a while.
Right. Hey, it's good to hear somebody say that they'd invest in a high yield savings account because everybody sits here and says that they'll blow it all, and I'm just like, damn.
No,
Like,
no, no.
like I get wanting to spend a huge portion. Like, trust me, if I got $1 million, I mean, in the first like week, I'm probably gonna already have given out. Like, I'm gonna give my parents money. I'm gonna give my sister some money. Like I'm probably gonna be down 200 grand before I even realize. Like, before I start
Good.
spending on me, like just taking care of all the people who've taken care of me my whole life.
No, I totally feel that.
But I would invest. I mean, at least 500. At least. I mean, I couldn't see myself just blowing all of that.
I couldn't at all. I'm very like good on like setting myself up for stuff like that. Like like I probably and like the thing is I probably end up like like being like, hey ma, your rent and stuff is just like
Right, I got it.
taken care of and stuff like that. Which again but still probably after paying off a house probably be less than paying what my current mortgage is,
Right.
and stuff like that. So just out of sight, out of mind, do its own like little thing. But and the thing is like, um, I couldn't see me or my wife not work. I think she'd still work her job. I'd still make music.
I'd still work if I was a millionaire, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, no. And I was like, so like, I'd still be making money. So it's not like, oh, all this stuff just goes away.
Right.
Like no. Like I'm still going to be making money. If anything, having money to like figure out other avenues, I could probably make my music, yeah, like work for me, like so much more.
Right.
So yeah, no, I
You
would
could
definitely
probably
do
even
that.
sell your verses. Have you ever sold any verses? Like, just made a verse with an opening and just like, hey, you want this song for $2,000 or something like
I
that?
haven't done that. There are plenty of people who make opens. I don't think I've ever made a song that I go. I'm not gonna use. That's a lot. So like so far all of the open stuff that I've done where I've like made like I'll make an idea of a song. If I don't like the direction of where it's going, I just stop. But like so far, so some of those I've just been like, I'll hear like a TikTok beat that's kind of going viral. I go, there's a verse that I wrote. I'll just slap it on that and like figure stuff out like that. So
Right.
I've been kind of like offloading them a little bit. I've written for people. I had a project drop recently for a VTuber company, and they had like 5 dudes rapping, and they paid me to write their verses and stuff like that. So that was fun. So I mean, I've been a writer before.
That's awesome. Does writing pay well?
Yeah, I want to say it's
Probably depends on the situation, I guess.
it's a big. Oh, actually, speaking of that, I have to hit them up. Be like, hey, because it was the deal was money up front, and then also they told me I'd get like a portion of the song as well. So I need to hit them up and be like, hey, I haven't got my portion of the song
Right.
yet, so let's get
Yeah,
on that.
definitely want to get on that.
Yeah.
What do you like to do outside of music?
Um,
Tell them about your cats. I love your cats.
I have 3 Maine Coons. I have Karama, Botan, Keiko. Karama is a big fluff. He's the boy out of the 3. The other 2 were girls. I love them.
They're so awesome.
Annoying as shit. So fucking annoying. God.
Yeah, they interrupted our music video a bunch.
I know.
It was cool.
And
well, I think it was just one of them, but still.
yeah, that was Keiko. Keiko was coming up, but like, no, if I'm working, I literally stopped working last night because they wouldn't leave me alone. Like they would jump up on my chair, they jump on my desk, I'm trying to record, and I said, you know what? It's just not in the cards for me to record.
It's not like a small cat jumping on you too.
They are huge.
They're huge.
Cats. So I love my cats. I've been playing basketball a lot lately. I've been working out again a lot lately. Like I typically go to the gym between 12 and 1 a.m. So
Yeah, that's
I
cool,
wanted to
though.
say
It's better than not going.
right. I want to say they know me. They're like, hey, what's up?
And you probably sleep good after coming home.
Sometimes, man. Sometimes I sleep like shit 'cause I always think about work. And
I feel that.
I do it so often because the thing. My wife hates me because I go to sleep. It seems like I average the past 3 weeks. I think I've been averaging going to bed at 6:30 a.m. every day. And she hates me because she keeps waking up and I'm not there, and I'm like, sorry. I'm like,
Yeah,
sorry.
they don't like that.
Yeah, and I'm like, she's like, you're still awake. I'm like,
Even if you're in the
yes.
house, they still don't like when they wake up and you're not there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I've been doing that a lot lately. So, but yeah, no, I do that. Shoot, again, basketball. Again, I still I binge shows.
Right.
Been doing Top Golf a good chunk lately too. I was like,
Nice. We'll have to go sometime.
I think let's go. Like, I think it's just a cool thing to like. I'll go with my homies and we'll sit there.
It's a good stretch, man.
We'll shoot the shit and just fucking be like, hey man, let's.
Right. I actually go golf on the course, but I've never been to Top Golf, but I still imagine it's a fun time.
Oh yeah, no, it's cool just to try to be like, hey, let's try to aim for little certain targets or whatever. Because I remember, I can still for like me think like of like, oh, hitting the ball is an accomplishment. Like it's like, all right, cool. I'm just trying to get it far. I'm at the point now where I'm like, oh, I can kind of decide where things are like the more that I'm doing it. It feels like Top Golf feels like bowling to me,
right,
and stuff. So like I just do things, and that I travel a lot.
I do both. I like bowling too.
Really? Okay, yeah. See, I feel like there's a lot of people like if you bowl, you also just like Top Golf. Like that's kind of been a thing I've been noticing from people.
Yeah, I used to bowl in leagues.
Damn. Okay. You like no, I did this.
Yeah, I never shot like any super high games or anything. Like my high game right now, I actually just shot 2 years ago or 3 years ago at our work Christmas event. I shot a 268, which before that I was at a 265.
You want to know something really crazy about me? I've done 1 300 game before.
That's crazy.
I was 12. I think I was 12 when I did it.
Awesome.
And I think the reason why I got it was specifically because I was in like a summer thing, and like because like they're like you could here goes basketball, here's billiards, here's bowling and stuff like that. So I bowled every day for 5 days a week, and there was just a day where I was just in that shit. Like I was just feeling it and fucking hit. I was just like, yep. That's awesome. And then hitting 200 became a chore after that. I was like, wow, this is weird. This is a weird thing that's happening right now.
Right, that's always how it works.
Yeah, I want to say, but besides that, I think probably the biggest thing that I do is I travel a lot. I think I average a different state every month so far. So yeah, so like awesome. So far this year, if I go through just this year, Vegas, St. Louis, Arizona, Baltimore, Virginia, California.
Do you go for like a specific place, or do you just like?
Sometimes it just depends.
Here's a big city in this state I've never been to. Let's go there.
Sometimes it just work, man. Sometimes it just work.
Awesome.
Atlanta, Yeah, no. So I've been around
You should
a
get yourself
lot.
a huge map at your house and put pins in everywhere over the U.S. that you've been. I'd love to see a map like that because it'd probably be layered.
I want to like so like I typically go through like on my phone now and I just go, all right, cool, like mark off different spots that I've been so far this year. Shoot, even literally next month I go to New York,
That's awesome.
and then prior month I went to Jersey because of the friend's wedding and stuff like that. Before that we went to California because my wife's never gone, so I was like at like Mario World and
That's
stuff like that,
awesome.
and then just exploring LA and stuff like that because I have a whole bunch of friends and it was kind of cool. I also met like one of my TikTok homies out there. We like hurried up. We like wrote like a song like real quick and like put it out on TikTok real quick and stuff. So just I I just be doing shit.
Right. That's awesome, man. That's the dream for real.
Yeah, shout out Charlie Curtis Beard.
Do you have a message for your fans?
uh, I'm like the message is always I love my fans. Which I love my fans. Thank you for letting me do what I do. Yeah, like without y'all, I don't get to do this. I get to do it, but I also have to have a day job. But now I don't have to have a day job, and I get to do what I do, and it's amazing. And that's why I will never stop talking to y'all when I go out to events, and losing my voice every single time. But then y'all have to deal with the hiatuses I got to take whenever that happens. But yeah, love y'all.
And what is the best life advice that you've ever received?
I've never gotten like no one's like I guess necessarily given me great life advice. I'm taking my own thing is that like there was like a certain spot in my life where super super normal thing that happens in life. And I remember stressing about it. Like I was in high school, I stressed about it for like 2 weeks, and then I was like, but why? And then I went down the craziest rabbit hole of like, well, why should you like just asking why, like why care, why do this, why doing this, like why shouldn't I just live to like my fullest, and then why care about anyone's opinions? And that liberated the hell out of me. So that's why I'm very carefree. I kind of do like people are like, oh, I can't put stuff out on the internet. What if people judge me? I'm like, who cares? Why? Like it doesn't matter. Like it's a terribly morbid way of thinking, but I always like when like people go like, oh my god, I really care. I'm like, hey, you're gonna die, dog. Like 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 I'm very aware of my mortality, and I'm like I'm gonna do what I want to do
Right.
through this. Okay, like there's no time to be like, but what if you don't do it? Like what if it works out?
Right.
Just do it. Okay, like what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? You're gonna get made fun of. Who cares?
Right.
You're doing what you like to do. Just do it. Okay.
Yeah, like I was telling people, if I wanted things to be picture perfect before I started doing all of this stuff, I probably still would have never, I probably wouldn't even have bought a camera by this point. I'd still be planning, like, okay, well, when I do get a camera, I gotta do this. And it was like, no. I went out and I bought an affordable, good camera, and I just started reaching out to people. Hey, let me shoot a free music video for you. And it
That's
took
how it
messaging
works.
a bunch of people. Finally got a message back. Went, shot one, wasn't that good. Went, shot another, wasn't that good. Kept doing not good music videos, and then finally it was like I shot one where it was like, hey,
I'm
this
doing
ain't
pretty
really that
good.
bad. Like,
Yeah.
this actually looks pretty good. And then, yeah, it just kept going, kept going. Kept learned how to do lighting better because I didn't know that lighting was arguably more important than the camera.
Mm-hmm.
So I was always just worried about the camera, and then come to find out, yeah, you need nice lights. So now, I mean, I have close to $10,000 just in lights. So, like,
It's almost like, have you seen? It was at the Apple event they did recently. They're like, I think it was like an Olivia Rodrigo video, and they're like 100% shot on iPhone, and everyone's
they're
like,
doing a lot of stuff on the iPhones.
yeah. Well, it's like it's so funny because everyone's like, yeah, shot on iPhone. Let's go ahead and ignore the $100,000 around it.
Right.
It's like the lighting contraptions around it and stuff. It's like, yeah, shot on iPhone, but like we're not gonna pretend,
Right.
pretend like this stuff
I
doesn't
just found
exist.
out yesterday. So have you ever seen a picture of the moon taken by like the Samsung Galaxies? How like perfect they look for no reason?
No.
So apparently because people have done literal experiments where they take just a white circle and they'll put it on their phone across the room and they zoom into their thing. Apparently, Samsung has like an AI thing that will automatically, it like puts stuff on the moon and makes it a moon. So if you have like a white circle and you zoom into it at just the right spot, it'll get all the speckles and stuff like the moon has, and you take the picture and it is literally a moonshot.
That's insane.
It's like, it's basically an AI moon. It's the actual moon, but it's just like improved through like an AI.
So fun
crazy.
fact, that's actually a big thing with like majority of like high end like camera phones is the fact is like
Right, you click it and it takes the picture and then it works on it before it like saves it. A lot of people don't realize that.
It goes through. Yeah, I'm gonna say, and like that's why it's funny because like Apple has one of the better cameras out there, but it has one of the worst actual processing,
which I think is actually technically made by Sony.
Yeah.
Or some huge other player, but nobody ever knew that for the longest time, and then people started looking into it and they're like, wait.
It's like also
they don't
like
even make their own camera?
Oh, there's like they're screens are also like Samsung screens, which a lot of people don't know that. But like it's so funny, which might have switched with the last iPhone. I'm not sure. But like it's so crazy on how like that's how camera phones work. Is it runs through all of its own processing, and everyone goes, oh, Apple's processing isn't that great when it comes out of like where it, like its aperture and all that stuff, like Apple stuff like kind of darkens photos and stuff like that. Because I know every single time I say, oh god, it's such a habit. I wish I didn't have to do it. I will literally take photos and I go through and I edit them like immediately because I'm just like, oh, these look like shit, and I have to fucking do it. And I know they do, and I'm like I know this doesn't look good, so I have to go through and edit it. So like, oh, it drives me nuts.
I don't have anything else on here. I don't know if you want to say anything, any promotion, shout anybody out that you want to shout out.
Anybody? I mean, I feel like I talked about everybody throughout this whole thing.
You definitely have talked about a lot of people. For sure.
To say, yeah, I did that. Stay in school or don't. I didn't. I feel like that's a better option, but stay in school.
There you have it.
Learn stuff. Yeah, no, learn stuff. That is about it. It doesn't matter if it's in school or not. Just learn stuff. Don't stay complacent because that's boring and annoying. Very annoying.
Right.
That's why you hate old people. Don't become old people.
Don't do it.
Terrible idea.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming in for this.
Thanks for having me.
I know you said when I asked you the first time you would do it, but I completely forgot and was like, I don't know if he's gonna do it.
I'm always down, dog.
So yeah, thanks for showing up. Thank you guys for tuning in if you made it this far. I know a lot of people aren't gonna make it this far. I'm making new merch that'll be coming out soon. Do you have any merch or anything?
Yeah, I have GameboyJones.com.
GameboyJones.com. Go check out his merch. You see, this is one of the sweatshirts. I haven't listed anything, but definitely a lot of stuff coming. Go subscribe to his YouTube channel. He just hit 200,000 subscribers not too long ago. Yeah, keep an eye peeled because we'll have music videos coming out and tons of other stuff coming. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.